This is good for the B-roll before the, you know, where the credits are fading out.
Right. 1,
2,
3.
You ready?
That's us now.
All right.
That's us now.
What's up? Wasting Tomorrow, episode 7. My name's Paul.
And I'm Ryan.
I'm Gavin, tech boy behind the camera. How's it going?
That's it.
There you go. Introductions smashed out of it.
Straight off the bat, fuck Motley Crue.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
man.
fuck Motley Crue.
Right. It's just like, why are they back? Like, number one,
Money. It's all money.
How much money do you need? Right. The Dirt, the book was amazing. It was fucking great. You sold fucking loads of copies of that. Then fucking Nicky Six even brought out the Heroin Diaries. He made a bucket load of money off of that, and he gives money of it to charity as well, according to the book. You have to have loads of money as well, right? Mick Mars has got to be literally one step away from being dead, or literally a walking. He looked, the last time I seen him on TV or in one of those documentaries, he looked fucked, and that was years ago. Like, so I don't even know what he looks like now.
It makes Keith Richards look good.
Keith Richards looks healthy. He's the picture of health compared to Mick Mars. Mick Mars wishes he was Keith Richards. That's how fucking bad he is. But it's like, no. Then they fucking sold the fucking rights of the goddamn book, The Dirt, to Netflix, because they were gonna sell it to somebody. Somebody was gonna make a movie out of it, but then they sold it to Netflix and they made a bitch version of the fucking book. It's crap. Don't watch the Dirt TV show on Netflix. It's horrendous.
Was there any wife beating?
Nope.
No.
Very little drugs as well compared to it. They basically, the only thing that they really did was show, yes, they like to drink and do drugs. One of the two of them may have had a few problems. They showed Vince killing somebody in the car, which I was very surprised about.
Show him getting away with it.
Showed him getting away with it, which was a great lesson to fucking show.
How egregious it all was, yeah.
Yeah. What did he? I think he had to show up at a few schools and lecture them about staying off booze. Meanwhile, or staying off drugs.
Drunk at the time.
Meanwhile, he was drunk off his ass, was taking shitloads of pills. He just wasn't doing heroin or cocaine. So, well done, boys. Vince literally killed is one of the guys from Hanoi Rocks, and he fucked up the other two people in the other car. I'm not sure if he killed one of them. No, I didn't think he killed any of them, but he badly injured them. I think maybe he might have crippled one.
I remember some dude made a website that at that time had the Vince Neil Supreme Court of Justice. He would have all these little flipping cartoons and stuff. Just shout out to that guy, probably.
No,
some fat American sitting
showing
there.
Me that. Yeah.
It was like Mr. T or something.
I can't even remember. Yeah. But yeah, it was basically anybody who had done something fucked up, they got away with it because Vince Neil, it was Vince Neil Court.
See, my biggest problem with them coming back is that they had done that agreement like the last tour ever.
You were saying that, yeah.
And they all signed this agreement and basically said people could sue them. Mm-hmm. If they were to come back. I hope some lunatic is in the process of suing them.
Probably some loophole in the contract, man, knowing Motley Crue, because they're that litigious, because they're one of the very few bands that got out of their recording deal and got their masters back and all that sort of stuff. So
at the time, I can imagine the records are who's gonna want Motley Crue? Really, their day's done.
Yeah.
I can remember it's probably whenever the Dirt was coming out, that's when they were not really
doing
man. Anything that's why the book was out, because I think they pretty mumuch thought the ride was over. Yeah, I think that was it.
But it's we knew who Motley Crue were from their fucking music and stuff. You'd heard the Motley Crue songs, but Tommy Lee, you forgot, was in Motley Crue. He's more famous for being married to Pamela and beating her. Do you know what I mean? That's what
his sex tape.
Yeah, and his sex tape. That's what he was more famous for. Do you know what I mean? It was he was the drummer to Motley Crue, second to all that shit. I love the Dirt book, man.
Was there music in that BMX Triple X video game. There's girls
might have been
That's
in
right,
it. Yeah, I think it was.
It was an
And we
excellent
played
video
that
game.
endlessly. Like,
That was a great game.
yeah. In fact, that's all I fucking remember from that
Because
game. It was always that song.
girls.
And you're doing like fucking quadruple fucking whatever.
Was it that one?
It might have been one of those occasions where we edited the soundtrack.
This is what I was going to say.
And turned off every song apart from that.
I think that one was it was either that or Tony Hawk's. Could you do it on both? I think you could do it.
We did it on Burnout as well, where the only track played was the Ramones. I want to be
sedated.
Just so we were playing Burnout, and this is the same Ramones song.
20,
it's only like 2 minutes long, so like you hear it again and again.
Fucking hell.
But
no, you're right, man. We did, because we edited the one on BMX Triple X as well, if I'm not mistaken, because there was like a 311 song on it as well that we played to death.
Yeah.
Click boom. What
was that was like, I think I was Saliva, or one of those new metal bands where it was like, it wasn't House of Pain, where it was like click, click, boom. I'm on the mic. Do you know who it might have been?
What do you call it?
POD.
Oh fuck,
Gavin, look up look up the soundtrack for BMX. BMX XXX.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That was the whole shtick, man. Was you started off with
like owned that game, and I can't even remember what it was called.
One of us bought it, man.
Dave Murrah, BMX 2.
Yeah,
that's right, man. Fucking Dave Murrah.
No, it was. That's what
He's
it was.
Fucking dead now.
Yeah. You and Tony, or one of the two of you, had Dave Murrah 2, and then I bought BMX XXX.
All right, okay.
Because we played so much of Dave Murrah and
plus the bonus content.
Yeah, and all the bonus content.
That's right.
Once you completed the game, you got stripper scenes from Score's fucking strip club on a PlayStation 2. And it was just like a topless chick dancing for like 10 seconds. Like, that's what it was.
I loved whenever we'd make our own teams and like Pro Evo.
The teams of all the day. Would you spend like over a full day making a team of Bobs that time?
Oh yeah, it took a long time. That's
why I got so proud of yourself, man. I remember you fucking telling me and showing me, and how excited you were that you had made a team of Bobs. And like, that's how that started off, because you made yourself, Screwball, and me, right? And then you made an entire team of Bobs for us to play against. And then you slowly but surely then put like, Tony, Clive, Dean. You were in it as well, Gavin.
NERD lap dance.
There you go. That would have been playing on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
311 down.
That was a banger of a song.
I can't even think what that is. Saliva, click, click, boom.
Oh, that was right, man. Fuck. I didn't even know.
Alien Breed Crackling.
Don't know.
Alien Breed Evil Town. Taken Back Sunday.
Oh yeah.
You mind that? I don't know what that is.
It's the band.
Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. 10-foot pole, plastic. Della Soul, The Magic Number.
Yeah.
That's right. The Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
What song?
My Friends Over You.
Oh, we would have played that too. Because it would have been that shit that I think we would have probably played it to maybe annoy you more than anything else. Because it would have been some sort of bullshit new metal pop punk band.
KRS One.
Definitely listened to that. Which song was it?
Step
Into a World, Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight.
Fuck yeah, we had that going.
Brand New Sin. Don't know, can't fucking. Audio Vent. The Energy.
No.
Don't know.
Large Professor.
Oh yeah.
About that time. I can't fucking.
Large Professor's around a long time.
And that's pretty much it. Eric B. and Rapkin.
And Rakim.
And Rakim.
What is it? What song?
Juice. Know the Ledge.
I'm sure. Fuck, I forgot Eric B. and Rakim was on that. Man, there you go, man.
Because it will bring you back to the.
Oh, you'll know. See, half of those songs or half those bands we don't even know because they're like those fucking weird new metal ones that were about. Like,
I've heard the names of some of those definitely, but I wouldn't have any of
them. Strike for just naming songs now, or are they?
They've become very litigious. I'm sure.
Who knows? We're not actually singing or doing anything. Who knows? Or playing anything. So,
yeah.
But. Yeah, man, that was a fucking great game.
Mm.
Do you remember after what was it? We played the fuck out of that. And did we play Tony Hawk's much? Not compared to that, really.
No.
We were given BMX preference because we were BMXing, like.
But then that was
preferential treatment.
But then we played a shit ton of that whenever we were in your house in like Caramel Street. And then whenever we moved up to Cromwell, whenever we moved in that fucking house with the Bob for the first time, we were playing something else. But whenever me, you, and Screwball lived together, that's whenever you created all the Bobs for that ISS Pro.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
I would love to have some of those saves.
Fuck.
And just see some of the characters.
Yeah, do you still have your PlayStation that you were playing at that stage? Like?
I was headed to play. I'm pretty sure.
Do you still have it?
Probably somewhere.
Would you have the game in as well?
Probably. I'm sure if I have the PlayStation, I have the memory card.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have the game, man, to be perfectly honest with you.
How much fun would it be if you just found it and it actually worked? You're like, fuck, this is great.
I don't know if it would, man. God knows where it'd be. It's lying in a shade somewhere down in my folks' house, if it is anywhere. Like, do you know the fucked up thing is I bet you if you plug that in and, you know, got a disc of that game, you know, you could still be able to play it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's such an old piece of hardware that probably, you know, there's not nearly as many breaking, moving parts in it that they're.
Yeah, compared to
nowadays, like an Xbox or a PS2.
2002 that was released.
2002. I probably got one in maybe.
That's mad, eh?
Yeah. I probably got one in 2003 or 2004. Because one of my exes back in the day, whenever I was at the tech, bought me my PS2. Fucking get in there.
A PS5 next year.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get another girlfriend to buy me one of those.
Half-Life is coming out. Have you seen that shit?
Really? They're actually going to bring Half-Life out for the PS?
It's in VR only.
Oh my God.
On Steam.
Fuck.
Are they providing the headpiece for it?
No, you have to buy the headset.
But like headsets are still shit, like in terms of.
These are the new Vive ones. I have one for the PlayStation though.
I've only used like, you know, Gear VR. Of your phone. Really.
Yeah.
Like, so
the PlayStation one's fun. It made you feel sick. A bit motion sick.
Yeah, it'll take me a wee bit of getting used to whenever I have to use that.
That gun game's fun though.
It was fun. Yeah. It was fun.
It's like a shooting gallery, and you're just like shooting.
I can only do 10 minutes of that, man, before I'm fucking. My eyes are fucked. Like.
You see, that's the thing. I didn't mind doing the video game bit, but I wasn't really that fussed whenever you put the movie on in VR. I find that a bit weird.
You watched the movie in VR?
No, he showed me he was telling me about watching Godzilla or something like that with this VR headset on and headphones in.
You do that shit when you watch movies.
I was like, what's the biggest, like most at the time? I was like, what's the best looking movie?
Yeah.
And like biggest fucking everything that I can put on. I just because it's like a whatever size screen. It's like a 150 inch screen or something right in front of you. Mm-hmm. So like you have to go like this to look at the screen.
Right.
So whenever you're sitting there, it's like surround sound, and you're kind of looking around. It's like being in the cinema, hovering.
Yeah.
And looking at the screen, and you can kind of look around, and there's just so much going on, especially that airport scene. There's all explosions, and then the big foot just comes down, and you're just like, oh.
See, that might be different if I was watching some sort of actiony bit, but I don't even like watching movies in 3D, man. Like 3D movies do my tits in.
You sat through the whole movie though. Then you did do it.
No, not the whole movie. About 45 minutes.
What's like the longest you've ever had headset on? Like
just over an hour.
Do you not feel fucked up after you went out? Like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really out of it for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
You need to tiny little just bursts of playing 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
That's weird.
And then I would get paranoid. I'd be watching a movie and there's no one there.
Yeah.
It's because I'm in this world.
Yeah.
I have the earphones in. I'm like, what if there's a fire?
No, man.
Or
That's what I mean.
what if someone came into the flat
broke in? Yeah.
That's it, like,
and was standing looking at me now, and I'm just sitting here and I'm oblivious. I'm like,
exactly. That's man. That's 100%. I'd be the exact same, man. That's a legit fear. Like that's not just you being paranoid. I'd be wary of the exact same things.
Is there something in a movie where it kind of?
There's not, man. But it's such a, to us, right? We've seen VR in how many movies up to this point?
Lawnmower Man.
Right. Lawnmower, right.
Remember
From
that
Lawnmower
shit?
Man.
Oh, fuck, right.
The old fucking movie. No, remember that shit? No, you should watch that.
I'm not going
Was the one we're talking about? The Net?
The Net with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Do you remember
The Net?
Do you remember Virtuosity with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe?
Yes.
Like all these movies. Well, anyway, my
what's
point
the
is
shit with J-Lo?
Oh,
Cell.
The Cell.
That's right. Yeah.
Watch The Cell. It's just going to give you lists.
But
lists of shitty movies.
We've seen.
You've already given me enough shit movies to watch. Like,
but we've seen VR
in
so many different ways up until this point. But it's like, as you just said, man, you put that headphones in. Like, for instance, you don't even walk down the fucking street with headphones in most of the time because you don't like having, everything shut off.
Distraction.
Oh no, I do. I don't at night.
At night, yeah.
I don't wear headphones at night.
Yeah.
Why?
Just
because I got jumped one time.
Oh fuck! Right.
From behind in Belfast, and ever since then I was like, hey, I don't wear headphones at night.
Well, if I'm walking at night, especially, I'll only have one headphone in. I have to not listen to both headphones because even that alone takes me out of my fucking thing. Like the amount of people that have touched me on the shoulder and I've nearly hit in the fucking face, man, because I've had my headphones in, they've touched me on the shoulder and I've turned around and it's my friend and I've turned around to lamp them because I think it's somebody grabbing me and it's just instinct to turn around and I've stopped myself from hitting them like that many times. It's happened that much, man, that I've really like, I've had to like take notice and be like, that's not just a once in a while thing. That's, happening quite a bit now. Yeah. So it's like, I only listen to one in my head now, but
see new, the Apple ones, or you can maybe other noise canceling ones you can get, but whenever you put them in, that you can choose to have the outside sounds come in at the same time.
Okay.
So you can hear, it's just like having your music with
background noise.
Yeah, the background noise with the rest of the world. So that would make me, if I can hear someone's coming up behind me, then
because I don't like
still some fucked up shit though. Like.
But here, anyway, the whole point of this fucking story was it's just like
what was the point of the story? Yeah.
Whenever you get into that VR thing, it's like it's so disorientating to us because we're not used to it. Do you know what I mean? Like we're used to having headphones in and being able to see everything. Do you know what I mean? Or we're watching TV and, it's all visual. You know what I mean? We're not used to having that immersive experience where we're shut off, for that exact reason. You're going to have to really get used to doing that. Well, I bet you like in 10 years time, whenever your fucking kid's coming up, that sort of shit's going to be, you're going to you're probably going to have some Ready Player One shit.
Yeah, they're going to think that's the norm. The norm.
The same way with like whenever we were growing up, man, nobody really had mobile phones until you're a late teenager.
There's a fucking difference, from
but no, but there's not now.
But
it's not, Gavin. It's stages of what you think of now as normal. And then
do you think the differential between having a device in your hand as opposed to not having it?
You think about it like this, right? I'll just give you a quick example of. You grew up before there was a fucking internet, right? Yeah. Before you could just go onto your computer, never mind your fucking phone, and look up something. You remember before that was a time, and then next thing, everybody's computer had the internet.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but I'm telling you.
But that's the norm, man, and it's just like next thing, that's going to be the norm of VR shit.
I know
it's
what
going to be
said.
the normal thing, so it's just like.
But there's a difference. This VR's taken away two of the main senses in terms of sight and.
But it's just the next step.
Like that, I don't know. I don't know.
15 before the iPod was released, right? How many people walked about with earbuds in their fucking head? Compared to now.
Oh yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah. But
do you know what I
I
mean?
would have had earbuds. I had a personal CD player.
That's what I mean. But it was
I had
like
a Walkman.
I had a
before that.
fucking Walkman and a personal CD player, man. But not
you could say that like whenever the Walkman came out. How many people?
But the thing is like it gets easier to use all this stuff all the time. Is like you had to make an effort to fucking really listen to a Walkman all the time if you're
out of all the senses, your sight's the most important.
Yes.
So like the VR is taking away the main one.
You're not going to be doing VR out in public.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier about the glasses.
Yeah, but that's what I think AR is going.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, I think that the more I see of it, the more I'm convinced it's actually going to take over from VR, because AR you're just working with what you have.
Yeah.
So you could sit in this room and with these glasses, I could reskin the room.
Yeah.
To whatever I want. Like the walls could be moving.
Yeah.
Like a fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And wherever I look, like it's using the walls that are there. If I touch it, it's there.
I think
I'm not going to walk into things because it's just laid on top of the reality.
The masses will go for that. Like they absolutely will. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they will.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever agree with it. Like I like the idea of it. All those things where you were saying earlier about pulls up your schedule and that day, what you need to do, blah blah blah, all these things. I agree with that, like, but it's the wearing the device on your head all the time, where you have a Wi-Fi signal close to your head all the time. I think that's fucking wearables. I wouldn't wear a watch, all the time. Then you wear all that type of stuff, like.
I wear a watch.
Yeah.
Do you know
I wear a
the
watch.
connected one or whatever?
Not a smartwatch. No.
No, I like traditional analog. Watches.
Well, it's like I have no need. Like a smartphone does fucking everything I needed to do. I don't need a smart. I don't need a smart watch. And you can take
it and leave it. You don't need it on you, like fucking.
Well, I don't even wear a watch.
I did have a Pebble.
What's a Pebble? A fucking
Pebble watch.
What was that?
It was like
Tamagotchi or something.
It was like a Kindle crossed with a watch. You ever see it?
No.
Yeah, it's just like e-ink. So you could change the watch faces. So it was like the battery would last like maybe 4 or 5 days.
I fucking think I mean something like that.
It was like on Kickstarter. Like I got it, I think maybe on Kickstarter, but it talked to your phone. So whenever I got a text message or there was certain like weather apps or whatever.
And how was it connected to your phone? Bluetooth or some shit?
Bluetooth, yeah. And you could make your own like clock faces for it as well. Like they give you the old template so you can make your own watch faces.
But it's an older wearable, like it's a wearable, like.
Yeah. This was like a small crowdfunded like company. I think it's gone bust now.
Would you be into getting a chip inside your hand or some shit?
Oh,
you'd be into that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll put one in my dick if you want to. Like,
just like what you want to put
I can understand.
You want to be a cyborg?
Well, that is going to be the future. Like it really is. However,
man versus
you look
machine.
at it.
What Terminator style shit?
It is the next step.
Do you invite that openly? Like, is that something you would want to happen?
I don't think you should. The way that you should look at it is you need to take a big step back and take a look at the overall like picture, like everything. Like you would need a committee of people to actually sit down and analyze and look at the birth rate, look at the death rate. There's already enough fucking getting into all this real shit, but
I know you were going.
To make a decision like that, whether it's good for humanity
to be robots,
to reduce the numbers,
about allowing say electronic implants to making people.
What do you mean, like a microchip, or do you mean like giving me like a robot arm?
Well, we already do. We already have prosthetics. So that's you could
you know what I mean by a fucking robot arm? Like
something.
I'm not talking about some fucking thing you give a even the top of the range thing that you give a vet or whatever.
Like a litter picker, just as
full on sci-fi fucking robot arm.
That's going to happen, man. It is like absolutely, yeah.
But see that then it's like whenever that happens, it's like how are you going to stop people from getting rid of perfectly good limbs to be like, I want robot legs.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
it's like, it's your body and, technically you should be able to do it. But like, I don't know what the fuck.
You'd say that's probably already becoming obsolete because genetics and gene manipulation will probably overtake it and be easier for like limb transplants and.
What do you mean? So
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? So whenever they like
grow a limb in the incubator, and then someone like a soldier back from a war or whatever, they're missing the fucking leg. Gets
I'm coming at it from the whole angle of like
RoboCop,
RoboCop, or like Super
Murphy,
super strength on
Alex,
could they fucking grow you like already, like as you just said with that gene manipulation and all that sort of stuff. Like let's say they figured out how to grow you skin.
Right? Would you want that? Right? Say you lost your hand,
uh-huh.
and they're like, we have this other hand.
He's thinking, how lethal is this?
Like,
we have this other man's hand.
Okay,
that will work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little bit bigger.
Different.
It's just a little bit bigger. Say the fingers are slightly longer.
but
unless someone made you do this, you would never know. Would you do it?
But what's my other choice?
No, just for the.
They're just giving you the option. They're like,
yeah.
Or you can just have like a claw.
No.
Oh, other than a claw? I would take that over the
claw's
claw.
not an option. If you could have an older man's hand, would you have an older man's hand?
No.
No one would.
No, why would I want another man's hand when I have my own? Just saying, if I lost a hand or something like that.
Yeah, but if that's the only option.
If you give me the choice of like a clone hand, like
and
that's the exact. Shut up a minute.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you give me a fucking choice of a clone hand or something like that, or it could be like some sort of Luke Skywalker fully functional T100 fucking.
Not at that stage.
But that's what I'm saying.
You don't need to know the person that owns a hand either.
I don't care about the hand.
In the way that they could give a face transplant,
like our favorite movie callback.
Yeah, if they could do the face transplant, like if you could just get the hand and you've got limited mobility, like you're not going to be able to go rock climbing.
He's not going to
hang on with your fingertips.
But then that's better.
But you're going to need to lift up a cup.
You're
going to be able to write.
That's better than the claw.
You're going to be able to.
Yeah, that's fine. That's better.
Yeah, would you feel weird about
all these are better than the claw?
If you knew the person, like, and you had to take their hand,
couldn't
all the
care less about the hand and who owned the hand. I wouldn't give a fuck if it was Hitler's hand. All right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still a hand.
But it's not. It isn't your hand, though.
It's not like a Hitler's dick.
I don't know. I think if you get the wrong hand.
Yeah. And if
like what some say,
would just be sitting there going,
all right, say that. I would care if it was Hitler's hand. I don't want like Ted Bundy's hand or like some serial killer's hand. Like I don't want something like that.
What about the tree man in Brazil?
What tree man?
The man that's like, you've seen that, like the man that's got like growing like tree-like things.
Yeah. Is that not?
Why would they want to give me that fucking lunatic's hand?
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't just want any hand, right? Like this is a normal.
Well, you want a normalish hand, but you don't want to be like the fucking in Archer
with Jeremy Beadle's hand.
That's not fair. That's not.
So you've got a baby hand.
So is my choice a baby hand or a claw?
You got a little baby hand
or a claw.
Or electronic, like just claw, like a litter picker.
Say you had to meet 5 people and you had to choose their hand.
Why are you obsessed with whose hand that I'm picking? I'm not going to be sitting there.
How weird would it be, though, if you knew the person
and you're jerking off with it?
Yeah.
That's what you're obsessed about. Whether I be like, that's fine, because do you know what I'm going to be doing with the exact same hand? So it's going to be well used to it.
But it's not your hand then.
It's going to be stuck on my body. It's my hand now.
That means somebody
else. They're dead. Why do they care?
No, they're not dead.
Well, then why are they giving up their hand?
They've donated it to you.
Why would they donate a perfectly good hand?
Because they can grow.
They can grow it all. Why don't they just give me
the fucking... somebody else's. Well, then why don't they take your hand?
Why are we swapping hands?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I know.
There's no point.
You lost your hand in a Thrasher accident.
Okay.
Because you live in Ireland.
Yeah.
Because I'd be doing a mass.
You're out driving the car, you break down, you see one on the fumes, like, oh, what's that? And you just stick your hand in it.
I don't notice that it's running at all because it's silent. It's one of those electronic silent running
City
Thrashers.
Boy. It's American City Boy. You've got just American, what's that song? Is it Tom Petty, American Boy song? Or is it American Girl?
American Girl.
American Girl.
You were close.
Change it to Boy.
You were close.
American Boy.
Go on ahead. So I lost my hand in some horrific Thrasher accident in the country.
Yeah. And then they're going to give you
A donated hand.
You're famous.
Recently deceased Gay Byrne. They've got Gay Byrne's hand. So it's a wee bit older.
That's cool.
A
lot of cool people have shook that hand. So I'd be like, that's fine. This hand is this hand has jerked off Gay Byrne. Lots. That's what I was going to say. Jerked off a lot of Gay Byrne, but shook hands with Nelson Mandela and the load
Billy
of different
Connolly.
Billy Connolly. Who cares about Billy Connolly?
What the big yin?
He's funny, but like
David, I bet you David loves Billy Connolly.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you know who loved Billy Connolly? Luke. Luke thought Billy Connolly was the funniest motherfucker in the world. He had never heard of him until like that first time he was home here, and Ashlyn, or one of the girls, was watching Billy Connolly on like a videotape, man. That's how long ago it was. And Luke was watching it, dying, thinking that it was fucking...
It was one of Kevin's old tips.
God knows, probably.
I remember as a kid, like my parents got a tape of Billy Connolly, and they started watching it, and I could hear them laughing. And this went on for a full hour, and they were losing it. Like I've never heard them laugh that hard in my life.
He is funny.
They were absolutely losing it.
I was, man.
And then I was like, I want to watch it. Like, you can't watch it. I'm like, well,
is he dead?
No, he's
sick or something, though, isn't he?
He's got like dementia or cancer or something, or maybe both. I don't know.
Alzheimer's, maybe?
Yeah, I think he's got Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
But he's old. Like, he's old as fuck, Billy Connolly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's in his
late 70s.
Early 80s. Yeah, he's like, because he only fucking was a comedian whenever he was in his like 40s, late 30s. Like, he started fucking...
a recent program about himself dying or something. I don't think I watched it.
I think he done something a few years ago about him getting sick and having Alzheimer's, because he knows, he's smart enough to know is like, he's only got a limited time with that shit. Anyway, let's stop talking about that.
That's a real downer. Thanks,
man.
Yeah,
fuck. Yeah, that's so good for bringing that up.
You didn't see that one by, I think it was Northern Ireland, that he died, and he played a tape before he died. He said he requested to play this at his, when they were putting him on the ground in the funeral. You just didn't see this?
No.
It was just basically, I can't even mind now what he was saying, but he was like, it was as if he was shouting out of the coffin, no, don't put me down. You just didn't see this?
No.
And everybody's just around laughing their heads off, like, I think that's a good idea, like, because...
What, he's like, I'm not dead, don't bury me.
Banging in the coffin, like.
Fair play to him.
Whereabouts was this?
I think it was in Belfast, like. It's probably about...
And he thought it was appropriate to... like,
he was
mock his family's grief.
He probably knew he must have been sick and knew he was on his way out, so he's like, it wasn't a big shock.
I know it would make people feel uncomfortable at the funeral.
I don't know. Like, let's stop talking about motherfuckers dying.
It's disrespectful.
Because I don't want to.
It's disrespectful.
It's only death.
What else were we talking about? Motley Crue. So Nikki Sixx died. They brought him back to life.
Oh, I know you're going to talk about death. That prisoner in America that like died.
Epstein?
No. There was a prisoner that died, and he was resuscitated. But he tried to argue in court, is that because he died, that meant his life sentence was up. And he's come back now.
Fair play. So he's got a clean slate?
Oh, he lost his case. He's original, going for it. Man. It was a new angle.
That's good. Yeah. Could you imagine the judge was like, do you know what? You're right. Clean slate. You right. Died. You paid your dues. Technically, you did die. So
depending on what he did, like if he did something, maybe
if he's got a life sentence, he didn't fucking
maybe kidnapping. Maybe something.
How long did he die for? Just like one of these 5-minute jobs or what? Or was it
kidnap was 25 to life?
Yeah, got life.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. Why are you kidnapping people?
Misunderstand.
Yeah, this is a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You don't really kidnap people under misunderstandings.
A lot of strange things can happen out of weird circumstances.
If you ever get charged with kidnapping, it's not a misunderstanding.
Say, like if I was going to a glove shop to buy a pair of gloves.
Okay, OJ.
I was going to try and get back to the hand, but I don't have.
I'm more amazed that there's glove shops.
There's like
short shops, glove shops. We got them all. Like.
It's an ad for Belfast tourism.
Short shops and glove shops.
Don't mind the glove shops. Paul's looking at a pair of gloves or a pair of shorts to go back to the
jiu-jitsu. That was what was stopping you from going to jiu-jitsu that time.
I still not get any.
You haven't got shorts.
I need to get some for holidays next year.
It's good that you're planning on that in November.
Holy fuck, man!
I am a cousin's getting married in Spain, so I have to go to that.
Jeez, you need to get a pair of shorts.
Shorts for a wedding.
In Spain would be nice.
You should get married. You should fucking. I was gonna say you should get married. You should go to his wedding in like a Hawaiian shirt and a pair of shorts and flip flops.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way you get married in Spain.
A pair of like
medical
orange tinted sunglasses, a cigarette holder,
like Bono,
and shave this into like a goatee sort of.
Oh, that's the way you want.
I meant to get rid of this shit.
I must go and get my hair cut and my beard trimmed now this week at some point.
What's the point? What's the point?
Gets rid of all the grey.
Old now, like, and that's just the way it is. Like.
Gets rid of all the grey.
Oh well.
I just have to get mine tidied up a bit.
Sure, what for?
Try and pretend that I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Go in and get it like real fucking slick.
Real slick.
That's just
real
say
slick.
Whenever I ask you what you want, just say I want to look slick.
Yeah.
I want to look pucker. Or I don't know what would Egyptian slang be?
I don't know any Egyptian. Oh, excuse me. Fuck. The only thing we know about Egypt is mummies, pyramids.
It's got to be famous for some sand.
What is Egypt? What is it famous for?
Mummies,
pyramids.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Exactly. What else do you know about Egypt?
The Nile, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Al Fayed.
Egypt's
Dodi Al Fayed.
Dodi ain't. Don't.
Are they Egyptian? I don't know.
Probably, man.
Probably not.
Probably. I think he might be Egyptian now that you say that. Dodi ain't shit.
Pretty sure they have more things famous than here, probably.
What's that footballer who plays for Liverpool?
Hey?
What's the name of the footballer who plays for Liverpool?
What do you call him? Salah?
Is he Egyptian?
He is,
There you go.
How the fuck do you play football in Egypt?
I don't know. Maybe they just put down some carpet and top of the sand and run about. It's no different than Brazil.
I was about to say the exact
in those favelas. How do they play football in those favelas?
But man,
I guess it's hot over in Brazil.
Brazil's roasting. It's just not the fucking desert.
Egypt's right off the Sahara, the right hand side of the Sahara, basically. Like.
Egypt's in Africa, man.
Fucking Sahara Desert, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close. But it's like I was watching something on YouTube a while ago, man. Like, do you know why all those fucking Brazilians get so good at football? Is like half them play that weird Brazilian game where it's like indoor football again with like a ball like smaller, so they all get wicked good at that. And then whenever they go and play like with the normal size ball, they're running fucking circles around everybody because they can only play that fucking weird one because they have no space in the favelas to play fucking normal football.
Wish they had done that whenever I was at like youth club as a kid. Do you remember like crab football?
Crab football? No.
You ever play crab football? Oh man, it was like the worst.
What do you mean crab football?
Like you sat on your ass, you have your hands and your feet.
Oh, I know that.
And then you have a football and you basically play indoor football.
Like a teacher was making you do this or some shit?
It was like a youth club. And you basically went about the floor on your ass and kicked the football with your feet. And you could header it, you couldn't handle it. So the same rules as indoor soccer, only you're sitting on your ass dragging yourself around.
Not much crack to play like.
It's not.
No.
It's just a good way to tire
the only reason I could think that they did it is because they played mixed games, like guys and girls. It was the only way that they could, like if they played indoor football, like guys and girls, like it wouldn't be.
Was this at the youth club beside where we grew up?
Jamaica.
Yeah. Whenever fucking
Secret side.
Whenever fucking Thingy was running the place.
Probably totally best not even say name.
That's what I was about to say his name there, and I
Thingy McThingy from
Thingy. I was thinking about that place, man. Like literally, well, it's because I drove past it the other day, funnily enough. But like, and then I drove past his house too. The dude that used to run the place.
He's totally gonna know who. Oh, he's never gonna see this. Like,
no, who the fuck? This guy doesn't give two fucks. He wouldn't even know who we are anyway. But fucking man, the amount of fucking stupid shit like that youth club.
We used to. This is unrelated to it, but like at Christmas time, it was snowing and stuff. we used to get like snowballs, like big piles of them, and attack cars. But to be one guy in particular, he would like chase us all night. It was for hours, and I think he did it out of
He
fun
liked
too.
it as
like,
much
yeah.
as you did, probably.
But he's in his car shouting like a lunatic, driving from one end of the town to the other, thinking he's cutting us off and trapping us and hiding in bushes. And
Yeah.
oh, it was funny, man.
Do you remember who it was?
Oh yeah.
I must get you to tell me after.
He used to grow his hair really, really long and not give a fuck and shave it all off for charity, and did this all the time.
Did he drive a truck and sell vegetables out of it?
No, I don't think so.
Was his nickname the first? It was his.
Hold on.
This is rubbish for anyone that doesn't know.
You're gonna understand this. Is is his nickname the second
totally
name
gonna-
of a horror character?
You might as well just say, oh, well, all right, gonna.
It's his second name.
No, his nickname. His nickname.
Krueger?
I think so. Yeah,
Freddy Krueger?
if it's the right one, if the same one I'm thinking of.
Aye. It's all right. Anyway, it's fucking pointless and it's really stupid.
In case anyone can look it.
You gonna, oh, yeah.
It really annoys me when you see sports stars doing this.
Doing what?
Or like
oh, yeah,
they're all covering their mouths.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really
As if-
clever.
Yeah.
No,
We've-
none of the
we've-
referees-
yeah. We're saying something really important. You can't see this.
Like I give a fuck what Lionel
Exactly.
Messi has to say about anything. Fucking football is for fucking tramps. And thieves.
Did you like football for a
I
long
used
time?
to like football,
Yeah.
and as I said, I went to get ice cream for Michelle earlier, and the guy in the place like, he's like, "You're not watching the football?"
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm getting ice
No.
cream, as you can see, bitch.
No. And he's like, all right. He's like, football's on tonight. I was like, all right. He's like, you're not into any sports? At this stage, I'm like, I got my ice cream. I've paid for it. And I want to leave.
No,
It's
what way did
fucking
you
ice cream. Like,
What way did you handle it?
I was like, no. I was like, he's
That
like,
was it?
he's like, you don't watch boxing, rugby? No,
Jesus.
no. He's like, why not? I was like, I've just always been into. I almost said I've always been into reading my poetry.
Yes.
But I said, I'm just into like my reading and my art. And
Even that's fucking weird, dude.
it was like an awkward pause.
Yeah.
And I was like, anyway, is it my wife's waiting on me? He just grabbed it.
And he's like,
and
yeah,
run out.
sure, your
Dude,
wife.
he's going to go home that night and go, I seen a guy today. And said, repeat what you said, because,
He doesn't like sports.
yeah.
I'm not going to tell him I like fucking UFC.
Because
and-
that's the most
I
meathead
know.
thing. But man, you see that conversation you just had? That's what I fucking have with every goddamn person that I get
Right,
my haircut with.
Right.
Or whenever I'm in the bar and people are trying to, what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Oh, what do you do? No, go ahead.
Or
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Whenever I'm fucking in the bar, people are trying to talk and bullshit with me, and they're like, "Do you see the football?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't watch football."
When I get in
Yeah,
the taxi, like I'll say that,
and
it's
it's
just
just
because it's like bad weather day. It's just fucking shooting the prayer, just saying something rather than not saying something.
I know, but it's like whenever they say, do you watch the football? And I'm like, what do you want me to say? Yes, I do. And then they're like, oh, did you see such and such? Because I'm like, I can't lie.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean about that stupid shit. But I love it whenever I get my hair cut and the guy's like, oh, so do you like, or did you see the football or blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, I don't watch football. And then he usually either maybe tries to talk to you about one or two other things. And then whenever you get the no,
That's it.
then they're
It's
just like,
down
nah,
to
that's
business.
it. I'm done. I'm just going to cut this guy's hair in silence and then
Do
be
you-
done with it.
You prefer to be.
Oh,
be like
I
that,
don't. I don't want them to talk to me. I don't need them to chit chat.
See, I would prefer not to be talked to,
Mhm.
but I'll probably fucking engage in the conversation. Like. Although I don't go to the barbers anymore, but that's another side point. Quite dodgy out there.
Right? Like, did you choose, like, I'm not going to go back to the barbers?
It's just I can cut my own hair, like, so I don't see
No,
the
but I
point.
mean, like, right, say, I don't know, your wife's like, get you a nice haircut. We're going to a wedding. Get your beard and everything trimmed up, get a nice haircut.
No, I don't.
You'd be
listen.
like,
I'll
no.
just do
You don't listen to her.
No, it's like, you know what? I can do a decent enough job myself, so I don't need to.
No, but she wants more than decent. She
Well,
wants it to look
she
good.
can want what she wants, but
Because Gavin's a man and doesn't let
Did something happen in the Barbers? Like,
No, just fucking I figure I can do it. Like I'm an artist, I can cut hair.
but you can't see the back of your head.
I know, but like you don't. I'm not giving myself a fucking.
He's not giving himself a fade.
A fade, like it's just I grab a clump, job. I do the what do you call it?
I grab a clump and I chop. I would love Gavin. Please get Elaine to videotape you.
It all the time,
no,
like.
get her to video you do it.
You get an alarmer then just to check at the end if you done it. But sure, the way I style my hair, you wouldn't know if it is a bit choppy. Like and fucking.
I know it.
It's
listen to me.
Don't worry about it. Like £15 saved.
How do you do your sideburns though?
I just don't know. I use the clippers. Around the side would do maybe a 3 or a 4 around the back and sides. You just sort of feel it there, like, and then that's it. The sideburns or the side.
What if you make a mistake?
It's all good. Like it'll grow back.
He's married. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't see many people like, so it's grand. It's all good.
What if you're like right Castaway Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
For like months, and you come back and your hair is all fucked and your beard it's
Probably
all tangled and fucked, and they're like, right, we're just going to give you a makeover.
I haven't been. You won't believe me, like, but I haven't been to a barber in 10 years. Like,
that's not what I asked you. I said they're just going to give you a makeover.
Oh, a makeover? No, I just.
You still say no.
I just grab the. Why would I want
what's your problem? Like,
because then, like, they could do what they want. Like, I want control.
But they're just going to shave you and cut your hair nice. Like, that's it.
Yeah. If you ever went to the barbers and not known what you want,
I've got fucking tattoos and not knowing what I want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just
haircuts fucking Mickey Mouse, man.
Like, what do you say? There's all different terms now, fades and all this hairballs. Like,
no, what you do? What you do is right.
Do you go in and say I want my hair to look like Cristiano Ronaldo or some shit? Like, or
no.
Do you go in with a picture? Do people do that?
Yeah, go in with a picture, man.
Fuck that, man.
Why not? You have a fucking phone. You have the internet at your fingertips. Yeah.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with it.
What I did when I was leaving Edinburgh, I got photos of the way my hair was cut, like my hair.
Yeah.
The way I like to cut. Yeah. And whenever I came to Belfast, like, right, this is usually what I get. And it's my head, my hair. So I'm like.
And they don't act weird or anything. They're just like, oh, fair enough.
Some of them give like, pfft.
What?
And I'm like, all right, I don't go back to them. I'm like, if that's your attitude, right, like, fucking, I'm not going to go back to you. Yeah, sure, one dude was like, oh yeah, he's like, I call that the child's haircut. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then he's asked me, he's like, you leave me some feedback on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, man.
Oh, fuck.
Like, I just came for a haircut. I didn't come to give you comments on Facebook. Like, yeah.
Fuck that.
Same another dude, Lisburn Road, refused to cut it that way. He's like, oh, that's wrong. I was like, it looks pretty okay to me, like. So it's like, all right. So I never went back to him. How the fuck
could he tell you that it was wrong and be like, that's the way I want it cut? It doesn't matter whether I want, as long as I don't want a swastika, shaved into the back of my head. You should be like, cool, mate. You know what I mean?
He's more or less was saying, no, you look like an idiot. I'm not giving you that haircut. Because that's what he's saying by saying it looks wrong. He's saying, you look like an idiot. He said
it looks wrong when you showed him the picture?
Yeah, my haircut.
I thought he cut it and then he says it looks
wrong.
No,
he said the way it was cut in the thing, like it was too short. I'm like, no. It's like, this is what I want. Because like the fade was right up.
Oh, no.
Like I used to have a fade right up high as I could get.
Real Peaky Blinders haircut.
Yeah,
just because the dude was good, and it takes time to do that, and he didn't want to do that, so that's why he didn't do it.
He probably wasn't able to do it. That's why
he didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
because it takes time. Like the dude I had in Edinburgh, he would take 40-45 minutes at least.
Fuck,
that was a minimum. It was 18 quid. But I would give him. But I would give him 20 quid. I'd just be like, whatever. That's a Benjamin's Barbers in Edinburgh, Stockbridge.
There you go, big shout out.
The fucking best barbers in Edinburgh, as far as I'm concerned. Ben can PayPal me anytime he wants. Any of those tips that I fucking give him down the years.
That's it, man.
Yeah. I liked it because they had like taxidermy on the walls, and the thing was he's like a big Liverpool fan.
Oh, fuck
big
that.
Liverpool jersey up on the wall. But as we all know,
well into the football's
for
fucking
tramps and thieves.
Decades.
I still watch football, like, but I'm less like I used to be fanatical, like, but
I wish you both used to fucking suck United's dick.
but it's because I played football like for. Well, I still play
Newcastle.
football. Like. Low rank, they're called.
Oh.
No advertising for your fucking shitty football team.
Nobody will get that.
What time are we on there for recording?
50 minutes. Do you want to take a chop?
Take a chop.
Speaking of your precious football, we'll take a halftime.
Yeah, take a break.
Orange
halftime break. Yeah, for oranges and vitamin C.
Right. Vitamin C's. Good luck.
Boom. Back in the what? Is it Back in the Saddle? Who sings Back in the Saddle?
Aerosmith.
Back
in the saddle again.
It was
in the saddle again.
I think it was on in work, or else I heard it in the shop or something whenever I was out a few weeks ago.
You're a woman. woman.
We finally got them to swap the playlist at work because, like the way you were talking about Spotify earlier on, man, where even if you have a good version
Spotify free is bullshit.
Spotify free is bullshit. But even if you have the normal version of Spotify, being like, let's say you like a song by X artist and it's on your playlist and you listen to it quite a bit.
Right.
Even if you have fucking 1,000 songs in that playlist, it will keep playing that one song all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like what let's say once every 20 songs or once every 50 songs or whatever it is, it will always throw that into your shuffle in some way, shape, or form because it's like, oh, it knows you like this song. So stuff that's played ends up being played over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So the playlist at work, man, like if I had to listen to fucking Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's Mom, it's one more fucking time, or
that's such a random
Bowling for Soup, like really random shitty.
Who the fuck made this playlist?
My boss, but it's like the playlist has so many songs on it, but for some reason it keeps playing the same bullshit all the time. So we fucking finally got them to change it, and it's a godsend that you don't have to listen to the same thing. Like I think I had to listen to Kasabian 5 times once in an hour. Like, yeah,
that's
what I mean. It's like when you're stuck somewhere for like long periods of time and you hear the same songs over and over and over and over again, it's fucking ridiculous.
I would say it's a problem now, like with being able to, it's probably around the time of the iPod coming out, that thing of being able to make a playlist and stop listening to albums.
Yeah.
Like it was too easy to, like whenever a CD, generally you would listen to it from start to finish because it was the hassle of taking the CD off, putting another CD on, and that bit of time of waiting. Unless you had fucking a dual CD player and you could do shit on the sly.
Yeah.
But there's times where I'll like force myself to listen to an album. I'll just pick it and put it on. But I can't do that if I'm in the car because it's pain in the ass and the music stops. And it's like, right, I'm on the motorway and I've got no music. Yeah, I'm not going to fucking get caught using an iPod. It's even worse. You get done for driving with a phone. You get done for driving with an iPod. Like what year are you living in? You're fucking. Yeah. Do you stream music?
On like
a phone?
On like I'm thinking more of the.
How do you consume your music?
Spotify.
Do you use Spotify?
I don't really listen to music.
You don't listen to music?
Not really. Like I do and I don't. Like I'd probably listen to more.
People have some opinion. Like you don't go to the Barbers ever. you don't stream music. You don't watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, you don't know who a lot of people are.
Yeah, that's true.
Be talking about them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's good. It's good that you keep it original, man. You don't follow the herd, definitely.
Yeah. I have held off from streaming. Like I still like whatever, buying my music like a CD, like physical thing. Like even through Amazon, buy the disc.
I've noticed that. That's weird. Like, you have an
iPod Classic. Yeah.
Do you remember when they first came out? Hey, the very first ones.
I have a second generation, not the first. I have the one with the 4 buttons.
But I mean, the one I got one as well, but it was like the thin one. I don't know what size. What size was it? No, it was the same size.
Mini? The iPod Mini.
No, he
Do you
got
know,
the
like,
one.
you got like the one was like 32 gigabyte or something.
Yeah.
Back in them days, that was fucking like
Massive.
unreal size.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
It was
gigantic.
like, it was supposed to be 40, but there's only really 36.
ridiculous
I think,
size.
in it.
Like, it was like a fucking brick.
But the one you had was like 16 gig or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, you just had a
I got
thinner.
8 gig.
Or maybe 8 gig, yeah.
Aye.
But yours was a lot smaller than his,
Yeah.
like significantly smaller for it being like.
It was
sort of-
plenty. It was plenty to put on, but you nearly filled that shit out, like.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fucking, which was unreal. Like.
I used to think, right, that I had like a decent collection, and then I heard a podcast with two guys, and one of the dudes has two iPod Classics, the same as mine. One of them's full, and the other one's, I think, 80% full. And
That's
then the
mad,
other
like.
dude who works in a record store, he has two iPod Classics full, like, of music, and I have one that's not even. Mine's maybe 60 or 70%. Maybe less. I don't know. It's like over 15,000 songs, but it's not.
So you think
Not
yours
that many.
was generation 2 of the original iPod?
I did, yeah. That's not what I'm using now. No, I'm using like a 6th or 7th gen, or maybe 8. I don't know.
Couldn't even tell you, man. It's been that long since I had one. I
Yeah.
haven't had an iPod in a
Hold on, it
long
might
time.
actually tell me.
You did get one of them then as well?
Oh, I had one, man. I had one for years. My mom got me one for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I used it every fucking day, man. And then one day it just literally stopped working on me, for no reason, no rhyme or reason. And like, I never bought another one since because I never had music on my smartphone purely because I had an iPod. I had my iPod for walking about and listening to music, and I never used my phone for music. But once my iPod packed up, I just started using my smartphone for music.
Yeah.
It was just as easy.
Yeah, I think yours was Classic, iPod Classic. Might have been 3rd generation. I think I'm just looking at that. That might be, but they all look very similar. No?
Oh, yeah. Like,
It's
even
just-
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like you,
I've
look
used
at that, man.
Well, let's see out there.
76.9.
Oh, fuck, great, yeah.
But like, look at like, you know,
That's 160 gig.
Fucking hell, huh?
So, yeah, I've
They're
used
nice. They're nice wee
nearly
device. Like.
60%.
but it's like all of them now would even have like they're all touchscreen and everything. But you look
Yeah.
at that, man, compared to like the thickness of it compared to like your phone even and stuff.
But
like
I
that.
wanted the storage capacity. It's not I have a phone.
I know that's what I mean. You just wanted it
That
for putting music
It's
on.
not going to hold all of that.
Yeah.
I have a 64 gig phone, which is a hand-me-down, and it's not going to hold everything that this holds. I'm saying that there's a lot of podcasts on this as well, but I intend like buying a lot of music once I have the funds.
2001 was the first iPod.
2001, yeah.
That's fucking what?
But just
18 years.
being able to press shuffle and have
Aye.
see, 15,185 songs. So it tells you on like iTunes, like, yeah, you could listen to this for 2 months or something without hearing the same song. So that's what I like if I'm doing work.
You're
Like
gonna work-
I went through the thing where I was like,
How long was it? 15 months?
oh no, it was like 2 months,
2 months?
and that's steady
Yeah.
of playing, so 24 hours a day playing, and you wouldn't hear the same song twice.
Yeah, but you're not going to work for it.
No, but like just when I'm
That's how
working.
much music he has.
So if I was working, right, so I say Monday morning, I hit shuffle and I press play, and it plays for 10 hours on Monday, and then I just leave it, and then I continue that playlist on Tuesday morning. I could do that for
It's a good way
number of
to-
months and not get sick of the music, hear
Yeah.
something different.
Understand it.
Plus, I checked, it tells you your plays. So you can see, right, I've never listened to this song since I put it on the iPod.
Yeah.
So I made a playlist of songs that I'd never listened to that were on the iPod. So then I was like, right, I've not heard these, so I'm not going to get annoyed. Like, I think
Listening to
this
them.
does something where, again, if you've played a song a certain amount of times and you hit shuffle,
Yeah.
it will be in that first maybe 50
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, it's a good way to discover that you haven't listened to. I'm sure there's
Make
probably...
a playlist, yeah, of your 0 songs.
Yeah. Aye, right. Your 0 songs.
Yeah, and then there's the odd time there won't come on from like a sampler CD that I got years ago. I maybe bought like fucking 15 years ago, and listen to a couple of tracks. You know, like your music taste change as you get a bit older too.
Yeah.
And you hear a track that you maybe would have dismissed when you're younger, and you hear it now, you're like, that's actually a pretty good track.
Yeah.
So a couple of those, not many, came out of all those. Because generally when you buy shit, you consume it and you listen to it or you watch it.
You see, you were always more into that, where very few albums and artists that I could have sat and listened to all of their album from start to finish. Like even as a kid, like there was very few people that I could have sat and listened to their whole album. I did, but that was just more because I didn't have much choice.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, man. I was always more fucking have a bunch of songs on like my computer or something like that whenever I was able to, and then burn them off onto a CD
making playlists and all
for
that
like
shit,
for something, you know.
Making tapes. I remember
Yeah,
those
making
days.
fucking tapes.
I used to make tapes and bring them into the tech. Remember those days?
Podcast. You suppose you would have, like.
Yeah. I used to tape stuff and make playlists and bring it in. We'd have like a drawing class for like 3 or 4 hours on a Wednesday morning, where literally we all sat around and would draw some life model or whatever, and we were allowed to play whatever we want. We usually have the radio music on anyway, but I would make tapes, like fucking playlists and stuff, and try and put on like weird trippy shit just to annoy people, because I thought the only people who would enjoy it would be like you, Tony, and myself. I'd love to know what I was playing. Cypress Hill, I think, was in there because that album.
Well, Black Sunday.
You were well in the Radiohead like back then.
Yeah, but that album, what was it? It was Rock Superstar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And I had just got my driving license, so I was like in the car. That was like the fucking soundtrack. Dun, 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 dun,
that's right.
Whenever I was driving,
you can't get the best of me.
Yeah, I had like the Peugeot 206 fucking.
That's right.
With,
the green one.
Cypress Hill and
6-loader CD or something in it, yeah.
In the boot, yeah.
That's right,
it was like a 6 CD thing in the boot.
You'd like Blur. Blur, what's that? Rock one, a Blur.
Song 2.
I think you'd a bit of that.
Probably,
You know, keep in mind, what age were we back these days?
17.
17,
yeah.
So.
Like, but that Cypress Hill still, like,
still
a good track, like, absolutely.
Because, like, my parents would say they could hear me leaving the house, because whenever in the mornings, like, I would have it up that loud. I'd be on the main road, it was just kind of kicking in, and they could still hear it up at the house, look. And then, the first day I took the car out, I hit, like, black ice and, like, shit myself, and then was all nervous. And then turned it into the academy. I like had another car. And like stopped, and the dude's looking at me, and I'm like, are you going to get out to talk? And then traffic moving, he drove on. I'm like, all right, well, his car must be okay then. And then I had to go home and like tell my parents, like I fucking scraped the car.
The very first day you had it.
And then
all because of the music, probably.
A few days later, then leaving Tony back to his house. I think you were with me in the car as well.
I remember these kind of days.
And like Tony said,
he couldn't believe his luck. I'm fucking driving, fucking going mad in the fucking car, blaring.
Getting to bring you and Tony everywhere. What a privilege.
Yeah, I crashed the first time I went out to his granny's as well. I went into the ditch.
Fuck.
You don't remember that? No.
Dude, my fucking memory.
Yeah. No.
But I think there's memories in there,
He used to remember the go-kart track.
That's right, aye.
Like, we used to go in and race in the go-karts for free.
Yeah.
And then we'd play TIG, where we'd take away a load of tires and you could weave in and out. And I would get you, whenever you were we used to ram each other, but I would go up to you, I'm like, all right, you got me, and slow way down. As soon as we were about to touch, I would just speed up and shoot away, so you get all annoyed. And the next time you went to got me, you hit me and rammed me as hard as you could. I almost flipped out of the go-kart.
That doesn't surprise me.
It was almost like a head-on collision.
Yeah.
But it was like Mario Kart, because like we were racing around and Tony would have a bottle of water, I'd be drinking it, and he would just flick the water behind him. As soon as you hit that water, you spun. You couldn't do a thing like it. You would just
slick
spin.
tires. That's
yeah,
what
it was just like Mario Kart, like the banana. You would just spin like that.
Tony fucking throwing balls of water like a wee fucking imp.
You have an image of that Mario Kart.
Oh
Like.
yeah, but yeah, we did that a fair few days. Like on Friday, the tech finished half day, go and like race
The tally
go-karts.
race.
You shouldn't say it in case Tony
Or-
gets repercussions.
Right enough.
Yeah, or there's only one go kart.
It doesn't exist anymore, man. That place is long gone.
Yeah,
Bleep.
fucking. It'd be great to have something like that out the back.
Could you
Like a
imagine?
fucking
I'd kill
big
myself.
shed.
Like.
It'd be so much fun, man. It really would.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if we all buy stuff, we could race it up in my folks' house. There's a big yard out there, but we'll all have to buy some sort of quad or go kart or something.
Quads are
like
too
that.
dangerous, man.
Quads
I
are
think,
nah.
I think
Yeah,
you
we
would
can't-
wreck
yeah,
all around you and end up
No,
breaking your legs.
That's why
he would kill himself on
Yeah,
one.
that's why I've
Yeah.
always wanted to own a motorbike, like, but I've always says I can't do that. Like, I will kill myself. Like,
Motorbike. See, I had a quad whenever I was younger. Man, they're fucking great. Like they're amazing. They really are. And
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% on it, like, but I was smart enough to know there's certainly like I could be fucked up on this, so I didn't take any more unnecessary risks than I had to. I'd done some unnecessary things, like, but like other dudes that had one, I used to see what they would be at, and I'd be like, "Nah, mate, you're fucking nuts! Like, I am not doing that."
Yeah.
No, you'd see them like ramping it up over something and be like, if that thing goes to go like this, you're gonna die. You know what I mean? It's just gonna flip over on top of you.
Fucking Nitro Circus.
Jamaica.
Fuck, man. There was 3 of us, had them all at the same time, all the same ones, and we used to just all tear about on them together. Like, it was a fucking...
Oh, I can't imagine anything more obnoxious.
I know, can you imagine? And then fucking the 3 fucking, and the 2 idiots that had them as well.
Yeah.
Like the 3 of us ripping and tearing around there in fucking quads, man.
Throwing stairs, people, you can fuck with us.
It's fucking like the shittiest culty motorbike club ever in the world. Sons of...
Jamaica.
Oh, yeah. Sons of Apathy.
Fuck me. Sons of Apathy.
You should get that tattooed on you. Yeah.
Sons of Apathy.
The 3 is.
Just get... What the fuck?
Instead of a Grim Reaper, it's just like a Shabbatat and looking board.
Do you know what it's like? It's like that episode of South Park where it's like rabble. Oh man.
If only he's had progressed up to getting Ducatis. We're like,
No, sure. One of them's still obsessed with cars and shit like that,
Yeah.
man. He's still fucking is still thinking that he's in Max Power magazine.
this mentality I still can't quite get. Like, my brother's very into cars, but never.
Do you know when I was
my
into
thing.
cars before I bought a car and realized how expensive all that shit was? That's whenever I was like, yeah, I'm not wasting my... Like, the car that I got for my first car came looking the way it did, which is the only reason why it looked the way it did.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I wouldn't have spent any money on it. I maybe might have bought a set of wheels for it, but I doubt it. That would have been about it. Like, I had mates that went to the tech that spent obnoxious amounts of money, like redoing up like
Balls of shit.
Vauxhall Novas, man. Like, this thing was that old that it only had 4 forward gears. Like, and he spent like the body kit and like the spray job and all the like the sound system that one of these guys put into that car was worth 2-3 times what he
That's
paid for the
ridiculous,
car. Like, and it was a Vauxhall Nova with 4 fucking forward gears.
And the worst thing is, the sound system would never play anything good.
Dance music, man.
Yeah,
Dance
it's like
music
some-
back in the day.
Yeah, it wouldn't be used to his potential to play something
Just
actually
bass.
fucking good.
Just
yeah.
bassy bullshit. That's all it was.
Fucking- What's that? Sandstorm?
Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Wanderlei
Silva's
It's some of those Brazilians.
I think it's Wanderlei Silva.
And
Yeah.
then that or fucking they all come out to like Linkin Park. Fucking like that's another band, man, that I've heard more of in the past couple months than I ever care to hear of. I haven't heard as much Linkin Park since I listened to them back in the day whenever I was like 16 or 17 and that first album came out.
Oh man.
Like that those songs are fucking on that playlist along with that other bullshit that I was saying. And it's like, I want to fucking tear my ears off having to listen to it. But what is it about Brazilian MMA fighters coming out to Linkin Park? Because a lot of them do it.
I've never noticed it.
Oh,
That's a thing.
now that I've said it, a lot of them come out to Linkin Park.
Yeah, I think Dana just tells them that's just what they're going out to. Just
What
couldn't be
cool.
bothered paying any more
This
licenses.
is what's cool in America these days, guys.
yeah. And Latin America, you'd be surprised. Maybe in Latin America they're still quite big.
See, that's what I mean. They
Like
might
there's
be
bands, yeah.
massive still in over
You'd be
there.
surprised. Like there's bands you think would just disappear, and then you find out they're like in Germany, living it up, fucking making bank.
Who gives
I
a
would do it, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
well,
making
they don't give a
money.
fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Do they still make money by plays? Does that band still get
that's how
paid by
most
just plays by radio?
band-
Like even local radios? How do they?
no, most bands make their money now either by touring, man, or some sort of like
Yeah.
you know the merchandise or some sort of media type thing.
Was there a time where they did every play they got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
but
how,
they make
how do they police that?
they make very little money off their actual music now compared to what they used to. They make fuck
What
all.
happens is like a larger corporation will own like a network of radio stations, and they'll negotiate a contract with like whatever record labels just for licensing for that
For a rough
period
amount,
of year.
a rough amount of times they'll play.
They'll work
Or they
out
can
an
play it as
agreement.
many times they want.
Well,
like, for a year?
Well, it might be on what they deem like maybe need to pay at the end of the year. Say they play certain record labels artists more than another. They'll be like, right, well, we pay this label more money than this label because there's been this many more plays, and they can show that. They can show all the stats.
That doesn't exist anymore now.
It maybe does. I don't know. Like the whole model has
The whole
changed.
model
around-
yeah, it's like you think about how much did
Yeah.
a CD used to cost you, a single CD back
you
in
can
the
do
day.
it for they like say you're video editing.
Mm.
You like you can join a service and you pay a licensing fee every year, and you're allowed to use music like copyright music in your videos.
I know what you mean.
So as long as you keep paying that fee, that's you're covered. It depends on the level of where you're at. If it's used for TV, you'd say you pay more license fee.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I suppose it had to go that way when you think about it. Like,
yeah.
makes it easier for them to please.
It's
They're-
But it's because they
placing-
don't make money on music anymore, man. Because like the music industry, the way it used to be, isn't the same. Like the whole, like Paul says, the whole model's changed. Where it's not a bunch of record companies.
Like the likes of Metallica, are they making as much money now as what they used to?
Yeah, but it
I
just
suppose
in
they're
a
a bad
different,
example because they've just said
just in a
fucking-
different way, man. Like as I said, they're all their avenues now. Instead of just being all like, we want to sell a fuck ton of CDs. They don't give a fuck about selling CDs anymore. They want you to download their music on iTunes or to fucking play it on not necessarily play it on Spotify because they don't make as much, most bands, unless they're a big band. But like the majority of their income, like compared to what it used to be, is all from like playing now, like live dates from touring, which is why you see so many more bands now touring a lot more than they used to. Like Paul
Much is
pointed
it
out.
for a ticket? Like it's now fucking like 60 quid to go and see a fucking.
I haven't been
band,
to a
like,
gig
isn't it?
in
Like,
a
it's-
while, man.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
60 quid is
Are you
cheap. man.
serious? Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking fucking hell. Like used to be like 40 quid to go to like a 2-day event or some shit and see fucking.
You're out, arse, man. You
Was it
fucking
not like
know it
Witness,
wasn't.
or was that not like
It would
fucking
have
our
been like
sleeve 40 quid?
120 euros back in the
serious?
day. Yeah,
Oh, well, it shows you
man.
my memories. Fuck.
That's 60 quid a day.
Yeah, that's 60 quid a day. And Gavin, that's
What would it be then to go and
that's
see?
15 years ago as well,
What are you
man.
talking like to go and see somebody?
If you wanted to go to like, let's say for instance, you wanted to go to Glastonbury, or whatever it is.
That's
But how long, man? That's the same principle.
Right,
It's just a bigger fucking thing. That ticket is going to cost you, I'm sure, £300, maybe more. Minimum for that's just for your day, and then you camp and do whatever you want. Like, but
it's not worth it, like.
But like those tickets alone for those events now for a couple of days, a couple £100 minimum, dude.
Just lie in a field, like.
Glastonbury's whack. Fucking Paul McCartney headlining.
Fuck off.
Like
year?
What year is it? Like I'm pretty sure it's 2020 next year, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that who's headlining Glastonbury?
Yeah.
Ew.
Have you ever went?
No.
No.
I'm never gonna go at this point in my life either.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
I would have at a stage.
Yeah, at a stage I would have went as well. Because there was a couple years when I'm in a real tear of going on festivals. I went to fucking half a dozen of them, man, within a year or two.
But would you
of each
even
other.
go to a festival now, though?
No.
See, that's the thing.
It depends, man. If I was going to a festival now, I would want to. Number one, I don't want to go by myself. And the people, but my point is, like, if I was going, I want a group of people to go with me, but only a handful of people, and I would be very selective about who I would want to fucking actually go with me, because there's people who would be fine for half a day to hang out with, but they'd be great crack. But after that, I don't want to have to deal with them. Never mind have to put up with them.
I'd do your head on after about 2 hours, probably.
Well, it's like this, man. I'd need to find someone who was gonna keep up with me and what I'd be doing, for lack of a better term.
I don't think I'd be able to do one now. Like.
I don't think you could hang at one, man. No. I don't think you could.
I would just rent out a motorhome.
Yeah, if you
park
could get
that in the car park, and then just get your pass and just go in. And then if you're feeling like fuck, I just want to go back in the motorhome. And eat.
But you parked in among all the madness as well, like
no, you park you strategically park in the car park away from the gates, and like even towards the entrance, so that you're like, right, say on the third night when all that shit goes down, have one person that's like relatively sober,
so the next
they can drive out and stay away, like maybe 5 miles away from the place, so you can just get away like fuck the next morning. That's what I would do.
The terms we have, like, is not in keeping with the, like, you know what I mean? We're fucking
if somebody wants
old man terms here. Like.
No, it's like this. If somebody wants to give me free tickets to a festival and a bunch of drugs to take, I'll go. No problem. That's fine.
I argue it's better than that. Is it glamping? Where it's like glamorous camping.
There's no such fucking thing.
No, that's what people pay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, people pay. So to me, that's worse than like, right, I don't want to stay in a tent. I want to have like a motorhome that I can go, and there's like a roof. Yeah. And I can take a shit in a toilet in it.
That's the thing, yeah.
Or I can keep cool drinks in there.
You can fucking cook eggs in the morning, like.
Yeah.
It's like this, man. You don't have to be worried about some tramp breaking into your tent and stealing whatever little bits of shit that you have, that you do have there, which has happened. I haven't actually got my stuff stolen at a festival, funnily enough. But
so we go to Glastonbury then next year in a camper van?
Not a chance. If you want to drive there, I'm not driving. I veto.
So you would go if I drove?
If you drove, and
I'd just very easily talked into it, like.
I know you would. Oh, it's all fucking coming.
I think it's already sold out.
But it's all weird now. Like they're all going for. They're not really going for the music. It's all like what is it?
Climate action.
Like a commercial form of bohemianism or some shit like that. Whatever the fuck.
It's all about Greenpeace and climate action.
Bullshit. It should be about taking drugs and going to see fucking bands and getting fucked up for a couple days. But that's what I would be wanting
that's
it to be.
It used to be, but yeah, well,
that's what I'd be making it for myself. The rest of you can climate change it all up like a motherfucker. Go to all your protests. I'm thinking
it would nearly be more fun just having a camper or motor van and just going away for like a weekend. Yeah. And just having like a fucking barbecue outside and
park down in fucking Titanic Water with a fucking camper van. Like.
Oh no, I mean like
go a bit further.
I'm joking.
I go down somewhere like fucking
Kerry.
Greystones.
Fuck that. It's far too far
somewhere
away.
Like Greystones. It's like south of Dublin. Along the coast, south of Dublin.
Wicklow?
It's like fucking, it's nice down there. Bray.
East.
Greystone. Wicklow, yeah.
I prefer to
go
west.
Cold as fuck, man. It's like
in the summer.
I'm not on about that.
Fucking cold all the
I'm
time.
not
Ireland's
on
really
about
fun,
now, I'm
man.
on
It's
about
somewhere
like
like.
fucking.
Have you
what,
seen
for a
much of
week?
Ireland? Like,
I've seen enough of it to know that it's all the fucking same. It's all green, and then there's cows everywhere, and there's.
have you been to Kerry?
Yes, I have.
Have you been to Cork?
Yes.
No, fuck.
I've been to all the places, man. They all look the fucking same. We're
I'll
all
be
except for we all talk
everywhere,
with fucking different accents.
No, man, like I
Right.
still go down there and I think it's fucking class. Like,
It's because it's a different. It's just the same thing. It's not like you can fucking go there and it's like fucking sun shining. It's a nice climate. It's all the same. It's all
tell you
fucking-
what,
people like
I went down.
They don't
Yeah.
like
Way of
you
life.
because you're from the north.
I
Yeah,
went
I know
down
that,
to
but-
fucking Wicklow on the honeymoon, and I got sunburned. Like,
there you go.
fucking the Guinness was
That's-
good too.
That was
Yeah, the
fucking
fucking-
last year because we had unnaturally a couple
No,
of
it was
good
this
days.
year. It was like
I'm just talking
July.
about if you're gonna go away, don't fucking go away in Ireland. Get on a plane and go to fucking somewhere
Nah,
sunny
man.
for a couple days, or go to Amsterdam for a couple days. I'd rather go to Ibiza for a couple fucking days than go down
You
south.
would go to Ibiza.
I've been
Do
there.
do you know what do you know what I was gonna say is like I think it's a good way to round up is like I noticed this whenever I came home was like Scotland's not bad. You know, they're quite close in the sense of humor. As like you're so lucky, like you're Irish. I allow you to be Irish.
That I thank you.
I allow
Thank
you,
you,
to be
Paul,
Irish.
for your permission.
You're my honorary
Fucking
Irishman.
mea culpa, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure about you yet. Like,
That's all right. Well, I've always been
Once-
unsure about you as well. So at least,
the only thing holding you back is that passport.
which the fact that I've got two of them,
Or that American passport. Once you,
never given that up. It's my
well,
get
I
out
don't
of-
blame you.
It's my get out of jail free card. I've told you my plan.
I'm not
it
saying
is a wee bit
us.
underhand, like to call yourself Irish and keep that.
Right? Who called myself? What? When? Where?
You're no
when?
different than Boris.
Than what? Boris? Who?
I'm not bringing him up.
Boris
Right,
Johnson?
but like we are like the best motherfucking people on earth.
That's it.
100%.
But like we live in one of the worst. It's not worse than fucking Jerusalem or
yeah, we're not in
fucking
fucking
Baghdad
Sierra Leone.
or fucking. I'm talking
Well,
about first
Sierra
world
Leone.
white people problems.
100%.
But the Irish get a lot of fucking shit and always have got a lot of shit. But yeah, we are fucking pretty good crack, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even drinking. I think we'd be pretty good crack with people.
That's right.
And you add in some drink, then it's even more crack.
Exactly.
There you go, Ryan.
I've even started saying the word crack.
Yeah.
Crack.
I didn't think I would do that. But yeah, I'd say
Fuck you,
we
kid.
we should celebrate we are the champions of the world.
What? By playing the song? Well, you know we can't do
Is
that. Do you
there
want us
like
to
a-
sing it?
I'd like you to sing it.
I can't. I wouldn't do it justice. Gavin, considering that his uncle had seen Freddie Mercury at Wembley,
That's right.
he's the
Freddie?
closest of
You
us.
are the closest of us to
so
Freddie.
yeah, so you
what,
have to sing
a
it.
rendition of
Yeah.
We the Champions.
Do you know what
Here we go.
I would like you to do? Get
What?
a kazoo and play it on the kazoo for
What?
next
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Fuck is a kazoo?
Hum it. Hum. We are the
Hum.
champions.
What's that,
And
you
You
we'll
know the little like plastic
Harmonica?
thing? The little plastic thing that you hum. That you literally have to hum into, and it goes. They're great. Put it onto YouTube afterwards. A kazoo. Kazoos are amazing.
yeah.
You
But
should-
right
you
now,
should-
just hum. We are the champions.
hum,
and
We Are
then
the
We'll
Champions,
just do it
yeah.
out.
No, you're right.
We'll
Why?
power
You
ballad.
do it, man. You want to
no,
do it, like-
you're the closest one to us. By 6 degrees of separation, you're closer
You
to
know
Freddie
the song,
Mercury than
I don't
any
know
of
the
us.
song.
You're full of shit.
I don't know anything, sure.
Conveniently,
And you know that.
convenient.
Yeah,
this
it always
guy.
is convenient.
It is fucking convenient. it is.
Why do you think that
Funny,
is, sir?
funny that. Aye. You
All
play
right,
fucking
Fucking funny, man.
slow,
Let's fucking
slow game with me.
put an end to this. Right. Good night.
Right. Peace out,
Good luck to yous.
motherfuckers.